Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Children, as you all are aware that we have completed our chapter 6, that is decimals, and today we are going to start our new chapter 7, that is percentage. So children, first of all we'll take an introduction of percentage. What is percentage? So let us understand what is percentage with an example. For example, you went to a market at the time of Diwali or some occasion will be there, and you will find it out that on every shop it is written 40% discount or 40% sale, 50% sale, 30% sale. Now what does it means? Now let us understand what does it mean. Here 30% or 40%, these kind of a things you might have seen in market. Some logos you have seen on some discount coupon also you have seen, these kind of a thing. Now what is percentage? Let us understand what is the literal meaning of percentage and from where it has came. So now this example I have taken, you might have wondered about it, that what does this percentage means and what is the symbol of this percentage and how we will understand what is percentage. Now percentage we will understand with percent. Fine, percent, or we can write as percent. Now cent you all are knowing that stands for 100 and per stand for per 100 means 100th. Fine, per stands for 1 and the cent stands for 100. So how do we write this percentage? Now we can write it as 1 by 100. 1 by 100. Now this can be represented in the form of percentage 1%. Now what is the percentage? 1%. Now children, this will be the literal meaning of percentage, and percentage came from here only. Percent means percent. Break that and then read it out. Fine. Percent means percent. Now here per stands for 1 and cent stand for 100. It means that is 1 by 100, and we can write it in the form of percentage 1%, and this is the symbol of percentage. Now children, if after final exam somebody have asked from you what is the percentage of your in class 5 and or what is the percentage of marks in class 4. So sometime you were saying that I have got 85%, I have got 80%, or some of the children those who have said that I have got 70% or 60%. So what does that mean? It means there must be some formula to find it out. Percent of anything. How we can find that percent of anything? For example, here we have taken this percent, that is 1 by 100, and we will written as 1%. For example, if I say 25%, so how do we write this 25%? We'll write it this 25 by 100. It means if I say that I have got 86%, if I say that I have got 86%, it means 86 will be divided by 100. It means out of 100 I have got 86 marks. Now this will be your 1 marks. This will be your average of all the marks. So we will not go in that much depth. Only percent we will understand what do we mean by percent and how we will symbolize it, how we will represent it, and how we can find percentage of anything. So children, now it's time to take few of the examples related to this percent. Now, fine. Now what we will do, we'll clump this percentage, how we can change this percentage into fraction, and how fraction can be represented into decimal. See, what I have told you yesterday, that in next chapter, which is your percentage test chapter, in that chapter we are going to utilize all the concepts of fraction, decimal, and then we were representing anything having that percentage. So today what we are going to do, we will learn how to write a given percentage into fraction, and then how we can change it into decimal, which we have already done. Now here it will not change all the time. We always have 100 in the denominator. Whenever we have to represent any percentage in the form of fraction, then we always have 100 in the denominator. Let's start with some example. Okay, now what is that? For example, you have been given a question, write the following into fraction. Write the following into decimals. Let's say I have taken this question, fine, into decimals. You have to represent this in decimals. Now here you have been given 53%. You have been given this 53%. How do we write this 53%? In the form of fraction, 53 divided by 100. Now this percent represent 100th only. Now this you can write it in decimal form, which we have already done in the decimal chapter. We will count from back and then we will put the decimal. 0.53. So this is the way to write it in the form of decimal. Let's take one more example. For example, you have been given with 7%. So how do we write it? 7 divided by 100. It means here you require 2 decimal place. That will become 0.07. Take one more example. Let's say we have 85%. So now here what we will do? 85 will be divided by 100. Now how many decimal places will be there? 0.85. Fine. I hope this concept of percentage will be clear, that how we can write a given percentage into fraction and how we can change it into decimal part. Now this part we have done in this decimal chapter also, that how we will change the fraction into decimal. So that we have already done in this decimal chapter. By using that method only, we will count the decimal place and just put the decimal. Similarly, we will do this 7% also. Here we require 2 decimal place. So we have added 1 0 over here. Now here we required again 2 decimal place. We already have it. We will count it from the back and put the decimal. See children, these are few of the example. Now children, I will take one of the example, that if you have to represent 100%. So what will be the answer in that case? If you have to represent 100%, it means 100 will be divided by 100. It means you are getting 1. This will be cancelled with this. And what will be your answer? 1. Fine. So these are few of the question which is a little bit different questions, and this kind of a question, first question you will get it in your this percentage chapter, and you will get it this kind of a question in your first exercise, which is exercise 7.1. Now sometime what will be given, that you have been given with 100 squares, and in that 100 squares you have been given some shaded part, and that shaded part you have to represent in the form of fraction. So that also we will see. Now exercise 7.1, you can see, you will find it out that you have been given with a grid, and in that grid you have been given with some of the shaded part and some of the unshaded part. Fine. and that we'll write it out and we will find the percentage of shaded part and unshaded part. So let's start our exercise 7.1 and understand how do we write and how do we find percentage of shaded and unshaded part. Let's start exercise 7.1. So children, in this exercise 7.1, now the first question is, read the grid and find the percentage of percentage This is your first question of exercise 7.1. Read the question once again. What is the question number 1? Read the grid and find the percentage. Read the grid means some grid will be given to you. You have to see that grid and then you are supposed to find it out the percentage. Now, percentage you have to find it out of shaded part and unshaded part. How do we find it out? Unshaded part. See, just now I have told you that if anyone will ask from you that how many marks you have got in your final exam, then you are supposed to tell that I have got 86%. 86% means out of 100 you have got 86 marks. So in that way only we will find it out what is the shaded part and what is the unshaded part. Now here in this grid you have been given with the grid of 100 boxes. So for finding shaded part fraction or shaded part fraction, what you will write? Out of 100, how many are shaded? If you will see in your book, you will find it out that out of 100, 40 part are shaded. 40 boxes are shaded. So how do we write it? This 40 by 100. How we can write this? Now 40 will become numerator and 100 will become denominator. So how we can write it? We can write this in two forms. First, we can write it using decimal or we can write it using percentage. That will become 40%. 40 divided by 100. 100 stands for percentage only. Fine. So 40 by 100 means that will become 40%. And if you are supposed to write it into a decimal form, you will write it 0.40. Now the next question is, now the next part of this question is unshaded part. Now here what you are supposed to find it out, you have to find it out how many portion of that fraction is unshaded. So now from 100 if 40 is shaded, then 60 will be unshaded. So that we will change it into decimal and after that we will write it into percentage, 60%. Fine. So what we have done in this question, we find it out that you have been given with a grid in your book and read the grid and find the percentage. First of all, when we are finding the percentage, you are supposed to write it into decimal form also, which we already done. Just now we have done that. And one more thing you can do, if you have been given with a grid and you are supposed to represent that particular percentage, that also you can do. Fine. Now shaded part, which is already given in your book, that is about 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 rows were shaded. It means 40 by 100. 4 into 10 you will be getting 40. 40 by 100. What will be the answer? 0.40. And what is the percentage? In the decimal you will write it like this, 0.40, because here we require 2 decimal place. And then we'll put the decimal. and in the percentage the answer will be 40%. Now if we talk about unshaded part of this same grid, now 40 is shaded, then 100 minus 40, what you will get it 60. You can count from your book also what fraction is shaded or what fraction is unshaded. Fine. So you will find it out from the book also. Now 60 by 100 you will be getting 0.60 and here the answer will be 60%. So this what we have done. Here you have been given with a grid and in that particular grid, that particular portion was shaded. You are supposed to find it out. Shaded part in the fraction, then in decimal and then in percentage. Similarly, unshaded part represent using fraction, then decimal and then percentage. Now children, now question number 2 of this same exercise is, you have been given with a grid and you are supposed to represent the particular percentage which is given to you. So how do we do that? You will take or you can draw this grid in your notebook and then what you will do? You will shade that particular percentage. For example, now here we will understand what is the percentage. If you have been given with 25%, then you are supposed to shade what? Out of 100 you will shade 25 portion. So let's see how you will do these questions. So let's start our question number 2. Color the number of squares as per the given percentage. Now A, B and C, 3 parts are there in your book. So here we will discuss 1 or 2 part and rest of the part you will do it. And this you will do it in your book itself. Fine, what is there? That you have been given 25%. Now A part is 25%. It means 25% you are supposed to represent using this grid. Now here you can see this grid is of 10 by 10. It is 10 by 10. It means 10 rows and 10 columns. It means if you have to represent this 25, then how many rows or how many column you will shade it? You will shade 1 full 10, then 10, 20 and then 5 you will shade it. So let's start 1, 2, this whole row we are going to, whole column we are going to shade it. 10, then 1 more 10 and after that 5 more we require to shade it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Fine. So this we have shaded. Now this we have represent what? That is 25%. Fine. Whenever you have to represent any particular percentage on a 10 on 10 grid, means on 100 square, what you will do, out of 100 you will shade that particular number only. For example, if here you have 25%, then you will shade 25 portion. If you have now B part, in B part you have 33%. In B part you have 33%. So how many part you will shade it? See, from here 25 we have shaded, so we'll increase it up to 30, 3 rows and then 1, 2 and 3. So that will become 33%. And if you have to represent that C part, that is 89%, then out of 100 you will shade 89 boxes. 80 whole rows and then 9 in that next row. So now by this you will represent the given fraction using the grid. Now this is your question number 2 of exercise 7.1. I hope you do not have any doubt in doing this. Now we'll start a new concept, that conversion of a fraction into a percent. Fine. So that we have done that, how to convert a percentage into fraction, that we have done just now. Now what we will do, how do we convert a given fraction into percent? So let's start that. So here we have finished this concept. And now we'll do conversion of a fraction into percentage. So let's start that conversion of a fraction into percent. Conversion of a fraction into percent. See, for percent, why I have explained this percent? Percent means you required 100 in the denominator. Always remember this. Percent means you required 100 in the denominator. If you will remember this, then easily you can do these questions. Now for example, here you have been given with a fraction 4 by 5. Now how we will convert this 4 by 5 so that we will get 100 in the denominator? That is your question only. So if we multiply 5 by 20, you will be getting 100. So whichever number will be multiplied in the denominator to make it 100, the same number will be multiplied in the numerator. So 80 by 100. Now 80 by 100 you can write it in percentage. Yes, we can write it. So that will become 80%. Fine. So what we have done, you have been given with a fraction 4 by 5. Now you are supposed to change the given denominator, which is 5, into 100. So by which number we will multiply 5 so that it will become 100? And what is the next thing? The whichever number you will multiply in the denominator, the same number you will multiply in the numerator. Only remember these two steps, because this much conversion we have done in a decimal also, and after this step we are converting it into 0.80. But here what is different? What is the difference in percentage? That you are supposed to change all the denominator into 100 only, but in decimal we were changing into 10, 100 and 1000 also. But here you are supposed to change it into, yes, 100 only. So let's take one more example, or we'll start example 1, which is related to this concept only. Now what is example 1? That is convert 1 by 4 into percent. So let's start example 1. Convert 1 by 4 into percent. So here we are supposed to change this 1 by 4 into percent. Let's start that. Now you have been given with this fraction 1 by 4. Now 4 will be multiplied by which number so that it will become 100? That you have to think, because whichever number you will find it out, it will multiply with this number. Then what we will do? The same number will be multiplied in the numerator also. So here we will find it out that if we multiply 4 by 25, 25 fours are, that will become 100. So in the numerator also we will multiply it by 25. So what we will get it? 25 by 100. Now what is the answer here? 25%. What is the answer here? 25%. What is here in this question? You have been given with the question convert 1 by 4 into percent. Now what you are supposed to find it out, that you have to see that 4 will be multiplied by which number so that we will get 100 in the denominator. Yes, 4 will be multiplied by 25 because 25 fours are 100. So here we will multiply by 25 and we will get 100 in the denominator. At the same time, whichever number you will multiply it in the denominator, the same number will be multiplied in the numerator, and you will be getting 25 by 100, and then you will change it into percentage and that will become 25%. I hope you do not have any doubt in this question. Now what we will do, we'll start example 2, which is again same kind of a question. Convert 3 by 8 into percentage. Example 2, that is convert 3 by 8 into percentage or percent. Fine, this is your example 2. Now what is the numerator or what is the fraction which is given to you? To convert 8 into 100, what we will do? Is it possible to convert 8 into 100? Now we'll see, or we will find it out one more way to change this 3 by 8 into percentage. What we will do? We will multiply this 3 by 8. Now it is not easy to change it into 100. You will multiply 8 by 10 or 20. You cannot change it into 100. So what we will do? What we can do? We can multiply by 100 in the numerator and in the denominator. So let's multiply 100 in the numerator and 100 in the denominator. So what we will get it? We will get it 300 by 8 into 100, or we can write it separately only. 3 will be multiplied by 100, and then now we can reduce here. In this step what we will do, we'll reduce here. So let's reduce this. 4 2s are 8, 4 2s are and 5s are. So above it will become 75 and in the denominator it will become 2 into 100. So how we will find out the answer? So what we will do? This 75, see 1 by 100, this 1 by 100 represent the percentage only. That we will remaining over there. Now 75 by 2, which is an improper fraction. 75 by 2, which is an improper fraction, that we will change it into mixed fraction. So what we will do in this question? Now here, see above, 75 by 2. What we will do in this? We'll reduce into mixed fraction. Do the division. 75 divided by 2. 2 3s will be 6, 1 5, 2 7s will be 14. Now remember the rule of QRD. 37 Q, R and D, and this 1 by 100. This 1 by 100 will be there. Now this represent percentage only, so the answer will be 37 1 by 2%. 37 1 by 2%. So what we have done in this question? Let's see this question. The question is convert 3 by 8 into percentage. The question is this: convert 3 by 8 into percentage. Now what we have done, we'll multiply 100 in the numerator and in the denominator, and then we'll get this 75 by 2. Now one more alternate way to change this 3 by 8 into percentage. Fine, the answer is same. Whenever you have to change a given fraction into percentage, you have an alternate method also. And what is that method? 3 by 8 is there. What you can do? 3 by 8 will be multiplied by 100. So what you can do? And this represent the percentage only. Simply you will multiply it by 100. Now what we will do? 300 divided by 8. We can, and this is your percentage only. What we will do? 2 1s are 50, 4s are, now 2 2s are 75, and now 75 by 2 can be represented by this only, and this will be your answer. This is yet another way to find it out, or to change or convert a given fraction into percentage. Fine. Now this we have done. I hope introduction of percentage will be clear to all. Now next what we will do, tomorrow we'll continue from here only and we'll find it out how we can change a given decimal into percentage. Fine, today we have understood how to change a fraction into percentage. Now tomorrow we will understand how to convert a decimal into percentage. So that's all for today, children. Have a good day.